Very good afternoon. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Uduak Daniel. First, let's talk the headlines. And on the headlines, federal government clarifies plan to suspend Facebook over alleged use to incite violence. Still on the headlines, police commissioner visits Abuja-Kaduna road after bandits abduct travelers. Also on the headlines, Togo's government alleges 15 assailants killed during last week's attacks. And on sport, Flamingos due confident of victory in Ethiopia. And now the news in detail. The federal government of Nigeria has said it has no plans to suspend the social media app Facebook over the alleged use of the platform to incite violence by the proscribed indigenous peoples of Biafra, that is the IPOB. Addressing journalists after the Federal Executive Council, that is the FEC meeting in Abuja, the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, disclosed that the application has assured that it will take action against posts that incite violence on its platform. Recall that suspected IPOB members have launched a series of attacks in the southeast, destroying some security formations as well as killing some innocent persons in the region. Most recently, an army couple were killed on April 30 in Imo State, a situation that made the military authorities say IPOB was not promoting the interest of the Igbos. Away from that story, the Commissioner of Police, Kaduna Command, Yakini Ayoku, has visited the scene of Tuesday's attack by bandits at Katari village section of the Abuja-Kaduna Highway. The police commissioner was accompanied by the Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arua, for an on-the-spot assessment of the incident. According to a statement by the spokesman of the Kaduna State Police Command, Mohammed Jalige, the commissioner expressed sadness over the unfortunate incident and promised to redouble their efforts to build on the recent safety enjoyed by road users. It was reported that bandits in their large numbers and wielding soft weapons attacked commuters on the Kaduna-Abuja road between communities in Katari village. The attack left 3 persons with varying degrees of bullet wounds, while an unspecified number of bandits travelers were abducted. The bandits were later repelled by police operators who engaged them in a fierce gun duel, which forced the criminals to retreat into the bush. The quick response by the security forces aided in reducing the casualty figures. Nigeria's Inspector General Alkali Usman Baba had earlier encouraged road users that the route had been cleared of bandits. Still in the news, the attention of the Commissioner of Police, FCT Command, that is CP Babaji, Sunday, has condemned the video making rounds on social media platforms about an incident is being credited to Lugbe Airport access of Abuja. According to the statement issued by the FCT Police Command, that is the PRO DSP Josephine Ade, the CP and his patrol team were around the said crime scene and reported that no such incidents happened. The CP therefore urged well-meaning members of Abuja community to shun all rumors and go about their lawful duties as the police is on its toes to ensure safety of lives and properties. We're still talking Africa Today. Governor Abubakar Bello of Niger State has sworn in 7 new commissioners in the state with a call on them to see their appointments as opportunities to serve the state. The governor, who presided over the brief occasion at Government House Mina, reminded the new state executive council members that they were joining the cabinet at a critical period, that the administration is winding up, but that there are challenges. Hence, they should distinguish themselves through quality services expected from them. He said, considering their wealth of experience, he has no doubt that they will add value to the administration. Bello congratulated them and enjoined them to work hard as it could open better opportunities for the incoming cabinet members. The newly sworn-in commissioners are Abraham Umar, Bako Local Government Area, Sani Lafia, Kantagora Local Government Area, Habila Galadima, Aguara Local Government Area, Mohammed Usman, Chachaga Local Government Area, Yusuf Mohammed Borgo Local Government Area, Kabiru, Abbas Mariga Local Government Area, and Musa Emmanuel Tafa Local Government Area. Governor Bello had directed all council members that have political ambitions to resign in line with the Electoral Act. And now let's head off to Kwara State, where the Kwara State House of Assembly on Wednesday declared the seat of Ndamusa Guyeji, representing Edu constituency of the state, vacant following his defection to the Social Democratic Party, that is the SDP. The suspension of Ndamusa from the State Assembly was sequel to a letter forwarded to a Speaker of the Assembly, like that he had defected from the All Progressives Congress, that is the APC, to the Social Democratic Party, that is the SDP, as a result of prolonged division and fractionalization of the APC in the state. Ndamusa was the second member in the 24-member assembly dominated by the APC to defect from the party. Sahid Pukwola, representing Ojomu Balogun constituency in Offa local government, was the first to defect following the crisis between the state governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak and the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, which led to the two factions within the party in the state. However, the majority of the minister's faction had defected to the Social Democratic Party in the state. The Speaker, Yakubu Danladi Salihu, said there was no division or faction within the ruling All Progressives Congress from the national to the ward level that could warrant Ndamusa to defect to another political party. When we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Don't go away. Always a pleasure to have you back. A minister on Wednesday said around 15 assailants were killed during a terrorist attack last week in the north of Togo that also left 8 soldiers dead. Findings showed that Togo's troops are deployed in the north of the country to try and contain a jihadist threat, pushing south from Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, where militants linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group operate. The government said about 16 in Kandi in the early hours of May 11 near the border with Burkina Faso, killing 8 Togolese soldiers and wounding 13. Togo Security Minister General Damehame Yak on Wednesday evening said that according to the well-informed sources, there were about 15 dead in the group of attackers. Soldiers had foiled an attack in November last year in the northern village of Sanloaga, making last week's attack the first to have casualties. Violence from armed groups and criminals is on the rise across West Africa, and chiefs that in 3 years the region has suffered more than 5,300 terror-related attacks, claiming around 16,000 lives. Nigeria's president has said Mali's withdrawal from the G5 Sahel, a multinational force created. Mohamed Bayoum made the remarks in an interview with French media. Bazoum said Mali's isolation was undermining the fight against insurgents. According to credible sources, Bamako this week announced that it was quitting the G5 Sahel after being blocked from assuming the group's rotating presidency. It blamed the state outside the region for trying to foment divisions among the member states. Created in 2014, the alliance, which also includes Mauritania, Chad, Burkina Faso and Niger, was to help the countries jointly tackle Islamist militants. Since 2020, Mali's ties with former colonial ruler France have continued to deteriorate. This month, Bamako ordered French troops off its soil, prompting condemnation from Paris. President Bazoum also said Mali had not sent troops to secure its part of. We now move to other parts of Africa. Stay with us.
It happened last year when we had 7 finalists vying for the grand prize M Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5 million naira.
For the winner, season 1, Niger Boss Factor, John Ibachole!
This year, it is even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idajile, the winner of Niger Boss Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to
Register for the Niger Boss Factor Season 2 with the sum of 0561 094 161. Send payment proof to WhatsApp portal number 0901 00 Boss Factor Season 2. Celebrate culture, celebrate life. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Africa Today News continues on the fact that a United Nations, that is UN tribunal, has announced the death of another Rwandan genocide fugitive who was among the last 5 suspects still at large. The UN's residual mechanism of international criminal tribunals said that it had determined that Phineas Munyarugarama died in 2002 in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. In a statement on Wednesday, the tribunal said it was able to conclude, following a comprehensive and challenging investigation, that Munyaraguarama died from natural causes on 28 February 2002. Munyarugarama, a former Rwandan military commander, had been charged with 8 counts, including genocide and crimes against humanity. The tribunal's chief prosecutor, Serge Brames, said in the statement that he hopes the results bring some closure to the victims and survivors of Munyaraguarama's crimes in the Bugesera region. Away from that story, the wife of a prominent Ethiopian war general who went missing earlier this week in the capital Addis Ababa says she has confirmed he was under detention in a northern city. Brigadier General Tefera Mamo was reportedly a former commander of the Amhara Special Forces that are allied to the Federal Army in its fight against rebels from Tigray. He had been critical of the government after he was removed from his position in February. His wife, Menen Hali, has told the reporters that she had confirmed the general was under detention in Bahir Dar City, the capital of the Amhara region. But there are still many unanswered questions, including how he was taken there and the accusations against him, and reporters' attempts to talk to the region's security office and police have not been successful. In a rare press statement on Wednesday, the Amhara region's president, Yilkal Kefale, confirmed that some suspects were being detained in efforts to enforce order without providing numbers. He said those found not to have participated in criminal activities would be freed soon. Heading off to South Africa, a South African ministry is reviewing a decision to erect a massive flag monument at Freedom Park in the capital, Pretoria. Sports and Culture Minister Nathi Mthewa today said the review follows public outcry over the project's cost, estimated to be $1.4 million, which is equivalent to 1 million euros. On Monday, the ministry confirmed plans to install the massive flag and flagpole to be known as the South African National Monumental Flag after getting parliamentary approval. The department described it as symbol of nationhood and common identity with the potential to unite people. Some have, however, criticized the 100-meter-high flag monument as a vanity project. The opposition Economic Freedom Fighters, that is the EFF, last week said the project was a paternity and patently stupid waste of money. And now let's go on a short break. When we come back, it will be business on Africa Today. Stay with us. Money spiraling and currencies upholding right there. Talking business, Nigeria's Federal Executive Council on Wednesday approved 169.7 billion naira private sector investment for at least 4 road infrastructures through the government's tax credit scheme, that is the TCS. The roads include a 234 from Bali to Shiti through Gashaka to Gembu in Taraba State at the sum of 95,232,474,010.72 naira, according to reports. The second road, which is also a tax credit scheme, consists of 3 roads worth 74,486,577,000.50 naira. The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, disclosed this to State House correspondents at the end of the council meeting presided over by the President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, on Wednesday. Fashola, who noted that the scheme was initiated in 2019 through Executive Order 7, signed by the President, said the arrangement allowed private sector players to finance public infrastructure instead of paying taxes and then offset it over time using tax credits. Speaking on behalf of his counterparts in the Ministries of Aviation, Power and Agriculture, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, revealed that the council approved 3.49 billion naira for the purchase of an office building in Abuja for the Ministry of Aviation. Africa's main oil producers and exporters are meeting in Luanda, the Angolan capital, with the aim of seeking solutions to increase investment in the oil sector and the energy transition. Omar Ibrahim, Secretary General of the African Petroleum Producers Organization, said a lot of things have been happening in the world today to show that investors are not serious about energy transition because the energy security is threatened in terms of oil and gas and even coal.
A lot of things have been happening in the world today to make us believe that they are not serious about energy transition, because when their national interest, their energy security is threatened, they forget energy transition and they come asking for more oil and gas and even coal.
According to reports, the lack of investment in Africa's oil and gas sector over the past years has led to a sharp decline in production. With the sanctions on Russian energy, OPEC and its allies have set a target to meet a larger share of the global market. According to OPEC data, Angola and Nigeria in March accounted for almost half of the deficit in oil supply to the global market. Mele Kyari, Managing Director of Nigeria's National Petroleum Corporation, that is NNPC, said the politician tension between Russia and Ukraine has caused supply disruptions in the market, and therefore there is a shortage of supply in the market. But it doesn't affect Nigeria because the nation has a high grade of crude oil that is always required by the market for blending to other crude oil productions in the world.
No doubt the geopolitical tension between Russia and Ukraine has caused supply disruptions in the market, and therefore there is shortage of supply into the market. But it doesn't affect Nigeria because we have high-grade crude oil that is always required by the market for blending to other oil production.
Suffice to inform that on Africa Today is sports. Stay with us.
It happened last year when we had 7 finalists vying for the grand prize, M Grand 7 2021 model worth 11.5.
For the winner, season 1, Niger Boss Fighter, John Ibachole!
This year, it is even bigger and better.
My name is Joel Idajile, the winner of Niger Boss Factor Season 1. Those of you that didn't enroll, I'm sorry, you have missed out big time. You scammed yourself. You think they were trying to scam you.
Register for the Niger Boss Factor Season 2 with the sum of 5,500 naira payable to GT Bank account number 0561 094 161. Send payment proof to WhatsApp portal number 0901 625 2525. Go to www.bossfm.ng to complete your registration. Call 0808-237-0000 or 0811-584-1500 for more information. Niger Boss Factor Season 2. Celebrate culture, celebrate life.
Good evening and welcome to Sports News on Africa Today. I am Ainan Lubem. The Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development in Nigeria has concluded arrangements to hold the maiden Nigerian Under-18 Basketball Championships in the country with a view to ensuring more youth participation in sports, especially in the game of basketball. The competition, which targets youth at the grassroots, will commence with zonal elimination amongst the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT between May 27 and 30, after which winners and first runners-up emerging from the zones will proceed to Abuja for the finals coming up between June 2 and 8. The ministry further called on states to ensure active participation of students and youth in the games so as to build talent development, which will go a long way in curbing youth restiveness in the country. It went ahead to commend President Muhammadu Buhari administration for its commitment to the development of grassroots sports in the country and assured it will continue to provide enabling environment for the full implementation of government policies, projects and programs in line to thrust on the present administration, especially as it relates to youth and sports development. Host Nigeria will slug it out with Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal and 6 other nations at the Western Region qualifiers for the 2023 ITTF World Championships, that is WC, which kicks off today at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall of Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos. 4 events, team, men and women, and singles women and men will be jostled for in the 3-day tournament, with Nigeria's Ruwan Akambi and Fatima Bello defending their titles in the singles event, while Nigeria will also be aiming to retain the team's event titles. Apart from Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal, other teams participating in the tournament are Mali, Guinea, Niger Republic, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso and Togo. All is set for the commencement of the championships, as the participating teams will be targeting the few slots from the region on the final day of May 21. Team Nigeria returned from their camp in Ogun State on Tuesday, and they are expected to be led by Akambi, while other members of the team include Amadi Ume, Aziz Solanke and Tati Bello will lead the women's team alongside Tosin Oribamisi, Ajoke Ojomu and Bosse Odunsanya. Flamingos goalkeeper Jessica Inyama and midfielder Taiwo Afolabi have expressed their confidence that the Nigeria Under-17 side will pipe their Ethiopian counterparts to the 2 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup tickets. Both nations will clash tomorrow at the Abebe Bikila Stadium in Addis Ababa in the first leg of the 4th round qualifiers. Inyama reportedly said the team is not really under pressure because they have the quality to achieve success. Speaking in the same vein, midfielder Afolabi affirmed they are in Addis Ababa to enjoy the game and return to Nigeria that will make the return leg a formality. The aggregate winner over the 2 legs will progress to the 2022 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, slated for India, along with 2 other as Africa's flag bearers. Ghana's 3rd place finish at the expense ceremony in 2012 in Azerbaijan remains Africa's best at the cadet competition. Nigeria have managed to get to the quarterfinals on 3 successive tournaments between 2010 and 2014. And now to Gabon, where Gabonese captain and Barcelona striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang national football a fortnight before the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying campaign begins. The 32-year-old made a total of 68 appearances for the Panthers and scored 29 goals, making him the nation's all-time leading scorer. The Gabon Football Federation, that is FEGAFOOT, said it had received a letter from Aubameyang announcing his decision and recognized his immense career as a player who knew how to promote the image of Gabon football around the world, adding that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang will always be a model for future generations. Aubameyang was born in France and appeared for the French under-21 side, but switched to play for Gabon to follow in the footsteps of his father, who captained the side at their first Nations Cup finals appearances in 1994. He did not always enjoy a cordial relationship with FEGAFOOT, including in 2018 when he criticized the governing body for announcing his father would be the new national team coach before a deal had been finalized. The striker was in Gabon squad for this year's 2021 Nations Cup, but missed all of their games in Cameroon after initially contracting COVID-19 and then suffering from reported heart tensions. The Panthers start their qualifying campaign for the 2022 tournament in away against DR Congo on June 4 before playing a second Group 1 game at home to Mauritania 4 days later. We now move back to Uduak Daniel for the rest of the news.
Many thanks, Ainan Lubem, for that sports input. Still in the news, one person has been confirmed dead after suspected members of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, that is the IPOB, invaded the Obolu community, an outskirt of Asaba, the Delta state capital. According to reports, 4 vehicles, including 3 articulated trucks conveying cement, were also set ablaze. The Delta State Commissioner of Police, Ari Ali Mohammed, confirmed this during a press briefing at the State House headquarters in Asaba on Wednesday. According to him, the suspected militant groups reportedly blocked the Obolu-Ila road and attacked 2 heavy-duty trucks. The driver was killed after he denied knowledge of any sit-at-home order by the group. Meanwhile, the police have warned miscreants to steer clear of the state, assuring the public of their safety as they go about their usual businesses. The police authorities stressed that there is no sit-at-home order in the state. And that's Africa Today. But before we go, another look at our top stories. We told you in the headlines that the federal government over alleged use to incite violence. We also told you Police Commissioner visits Abuja Kaduna Road after bandits abduct travelers. Earlier on the headlines, Togo's government alleges 15 assailants killed during last week's attack. And we're brought to the fore on sports, Flamingos due confident of victory in Ethiopia. Remember to visit us on Facebook at Hills TV, Instagram at Hills TV. Our YouTube channel is at Hills TV. I am Uduak Daniel. Thank you for watching.